Have you ever pondered upon biblical depictions featuring Jesus or the Virgin Mary with dark skin? What about Abraham or King David? Beyond the typical European portrayal, the recent unveiling of darker-skinned biblical icons by Russia challenges the predominant European representations of religious figures, opening a gateway to deeper discussions on historical accuracy and the evolution of faith depiction. While the European aesthetic has long dominated portrayals of Jesus, the Virgin Mary, and other biblical figures with fair complexions, this revelation prompts a reconsideration of the diversity inherent in ancient societies. Delving into the historical context, one can explore the diverse cultural landscape of the ancient Near East, where figures like Jesus, Virgin Mary, Abraham, and King David likely bore physical traits distinct from the European norm, thus sparking a revaluation of traditional iconography in light of historical evidence. Let's delve into the depth of this discovery, starting with the most iconic figure in the world, Jesus Christ. Delving into the depth of historical and anthropological context, the depiction of Jesus Christ opens a gateway to a nuanced exploration of cultural perceptions and iconography. Beyond the familiar imagery ingrained in Western cultures, the historical backdrop of Jesus' time and geographical location shed light on his likely appearance. Born in Bethlehem and raised in Nazareth, Jesus would have been part of a community where physical characteristics, such as brown eyes and olive skin, were predominant among Jews of that era. The scarcity of explicit physical descriptions in biblical texts serves as a canvas upon which diverse interpretations and representations can flourish, prompting a reevaluation of traditional depictions and challenging preconceived notions of religious imagery. The recent unveiling of black icons in Russia, particularly President Putin's decision to relocate Andrei Rublev's Trinity to a Moscow cathedral, has ignited a multifaceted discourse on the intersection of politics and religion in Russian society. These ancient icons, with roots tracing back to the 14th century, serve as potent symbols of cultural heritage and spiritual devotion. The transfer of Rublev's Trinity, renowned for its theological significance and artistic mastery, into a prominent religious space underscores Putin's efforts to bolster traditional values and consolidate his political influence through the revitalization of religious imagery. Moreover, the preservation and public display of these icons, despite enduring periods of suppression and destruction during the Soviet regime, signify a broader societal shift towards embracing historical narratives with a more inclusive and nuanced perspective, challenging dominant narratives that have long marginalized religious heritage. Beyond their aesthetic and religious significance, these black icons offer a window into the rich tapestry of biblical narratives and theological interpretations that have shaped Russian spirituality over centuries. Surviving despite attempts to eradicate them, these icons carry profound historical weight, embodying the resilience of faith and cultural identity in the face of adversity. By incorporating them into public spaces and discourse, Putin's administration seeks to not only reinforce a sense of national identity rooted in Orthodox Christianity, but also to assert Russia's distinct cultural legacy on the global stage. Russian icons, steeped in centuries-old tradition, are not only artistic masterpieces, but also profound expressions of faith in the Orthodox Christian tradition. Painted meticulously on wood panels using traditional techniques passed down through generations, these icons serve as visual representations of biblical narratives and spiritual concepts. The exhibition of Russian icons at Castel Sant'Angelo in Rome is a momentous occasion, offering a rare glimpse into the rich tapestry of Orthodox spirituality. Beyond showcasing the craftsmanship of these works, the exhibition delves into the narratives behind the icons, revealing untold stories and challenging preconceptions about Russian religious art. The ongoing discourse over the authenticity of these icons encapsulates a complex interplay of historical interpretation and religious reverence. Proponents of the aging theory suggest that the darkening of these icons is a natural consequence of time, reflecting the passage of centuries since their creation. Conversely, proponents of the fidelity theory contend that these darkened hues are intentional, mirroring the perceived authenticity of biblical figures' true appearances. This debate is amplified by references to biblical texts like the Song of Solomon and Revelations, which serve as both inspiration and fodder for discussions on historical accuracy and the portrayal of revered figures. In recent years, the discussion around the representation of Jesus as a white man has gained traction, propelled by activists like Shaun King. King's advocacy highlights a crucial aspect of the ongoing discourse on racial equality and representation, challenging long-standing depictions that have been predominantly Eurocentric. His argument underscores the socio-political implications of portraying Jesus as white, as it reinforces power structures that marginalize non-white identities. Critics of the traditional portrayal of Jesus argue that it not only distorts historical accuracy, but also perpetuates harmful stereotypes. They contend that images of a white Jesus have been utilized to justify colonialism, slavery, and other forms of oppression, contributing to the perpetuation of white supremacy. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, has made significant strides in promoting a more inclusive and universal understanding of God by acknowledging the necessity of re-evaluating traditional depictions of Jesus. By emphasizing the universality of divine representation beyond a singular cultural lens, he contributes to a broader conversation about the role of religion in fostering understanding and acceptance across diverse communities. As the global movement to reassess historical legacies gains momentum, institutions like Canterbury Cathedral find themselves under scrutiny, prompting introspection about the narratives they perpetuate and their implications for contemporary society. As calls for the removal of statues with imperialist and slave trade ties echo globally, institutions like Canterbury Cathedral undergo scrutiny, prompting reflection on historical narratives. In conclusion, the unveiling of black icons in Russia serves as a beacon of truth, challenging established narratives and prompting a re-evaluation of history. These artifacts compel us to confront complexities of representation and confront the shadows of misinformation.
If you found this video enjoyable, please consider liking and sharing it. Additionally, subscribing to this channel will ensure that you receive more updates in the future. Thank you.